Hello, the Coastal and Heartland National Estuary Partnership is proud to share this video update of our work to support the City of Bonita Springs water and wildlife protection efforts. First, just a little bit about the CHNEP for those of you who may not be familiar with us. We were formed back in 1995 when Congress designated estuaries and their watersheds from Donna Bay to Estero Bay in Southwest Florida as estuaries of national significance. And as a result, we were folded into the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's National Estuary Program. As you can see on this map here, we are one of 4 national estuary program organizations in Florida and one of 28 in the United States. As such, we receive federal funding from Congress annually to assist in the protection and restoration of water resources and wildlife habitat in the CHNEP area. The CHNEP area covers more than 5,000 square miles outlined here, including 10 counties and 27 cities. The City of Bonita Springs sits in the southernmost portion of our service area, near the Imperial and Estero rivers, 2 of several major rivers in the CHNEP area. The CHNEP exemplifies the power of partnerships as a private-public partnership that is science and consensus-based, non-regulatory, and citizen-supported. Because of private and non-federal governmental contributions, volunteers, and donated in-kind services, we've been able to provide $19 worth of restoration for every federal dollar we receive. We appreciate the City of Bonita Springs' continued active participation and financial support towards contributing to the partnership. All of our work supports our collective comprehensive conservation and management plan, otherwise known as our CCMP, the 5-year organizational strategic plan collectively drafted by all of our partners. The CCMP has 4 priority action areas, focusing on water quality improvement, hydrological restoration, fish, wildlife, and habitat protection, and public engagement. You should have already received a mailed copy of this coffee table style book, but please feel free to let us know if you'd like additional copies. And it is also electronically available on our chnep.org website. It's an excellent resource and reference on the natural resources and resource management needs in our region. CHNEP is working to serve the City of Bonita Springs and to meet its needs and its goals with numerous City of Bonita Springs comprehensive plan objectives and policies aligning with the CHNEP CCMP. First, the CHNEP is aiding the Bonita Springs efforts to protect its streams, rivers, and estuarine water quality. CHNEP supports comprehensive and coordinated water quality monitoring and projects and programs that reduce pollutants entering our waterways. One such project that the CHNEP is funding annually to assist this objective is contributing more than $90,000 a year to the Coastal Shoal Harbor Monitoring Network, which extends down to include the Estero Bay watershed, which includes portions of Bonita Springs. This data is essential in tracking water quality conditions for improving water management, informing decision makers on how and where to focus resources to improve water quality. Another project that the CHNEP funds annually is the CHNEP Water Atlas, which collects all publicly accessible water quality data and puts it on one web-based public website with analytical tools and other resources that assist water managers and interested public stakeholders in accessing and interpreting information about local water quality conditions. This site is being continually upgraded and expanded and requires more than $50,000 a year to maintain. Additionally, the CHNEP is working to assist the city's objective to ensure the long-term protection and enhancement of wetland habitats. The CHNEP supports watershed planning and hydrological restoration that provides the appropriate water levels and flows for these sensitive natural systems. An example of a project that the CHNEP is currently funding and overseeing to further this objective is the South Lee County Watershed Initiative Hydrological Modeling Project, which encompasses the Estero River, Spring Creek, and Imperial River watersheds flowing into the Estero Bay Aquatic Preserve. CHNEP is providing more than $195,000 towards data analysis and modeling to develop a science-based surface groundwater hydrological restoration planning tool that will complement Lee County stormwater wet season modeling in providing us the dry season water levels and flows that are needed to support natural systems as well. Another way that the CHNEP works to protect wetlands and other environmentally sensitive lands has been to provide economic data showing the positive economic benefits of doing so. This past year, CHNEP contracted economists to complete an in-depth study to determine the economic value of natural resource protection and management in the CHNEP area. They collected and analyzed copious amounts of economic data across multiple sectors to tease out only those that were directly tied to natural resources. And they determined that natural resources in the CHNEP area total more than 13.6 billion annually of economic output, generating 3.8 billion in regional income and 146 million in local and state tax revenue. This in turn supports over 148,000 jobs. The economic study also divided those total results into the separate water basins in the CHNEP. For the Estero Bay Basin, which includes Bonita Springs, illustrated in the orange in this map, the primary economic sectors were tourism and agriculture. Estero Bay also had the second highest economic impact for commercial fishing in our whole study area. The natural resource protection and restoration projects in the Estero Bay Basin generate 1.48 billion in economic benefits annually, including 964 million in property value premiums, 26 million in agricultural production, and 1.5 billion in recreational spending. We also have economic results from other basins in Lee County, such as the Pine Island Matlacha Basin and the Caloosahatchee River basins, in our full report in the fact sheets that are available at the CHNEP.org website. Finally, the CHNEP is aiding the city of Bonita Springs' efforts to maintain and enhance wildlife diversity. CHNEP supports the protection and management of critical habitat areas. CHNEP recently hired a team of environmental experts to create a master habitat restoration needs plan for the region, compiling all existing habitat plans and integrating cutting-edge climate science on habitat migration in response to sea level rise to identify those areas that are needed to preserve important wildlife habitat now and into the future. The private habitat preservation conservation opportunities outlined here in blue, when combined with existing public management restoration areas outlined in green on this map, illustrate the landscape level habitat corridors and areas that are needed to sustain our native wildlife and endangered species for generations to come. Zooming into the Estero Bay Basin, you can see on the left map all the privately owned preservation conservation opportunities. On the right map are the publicly owned areas with over 40,000 acres suitable for enhancement to improve their habitat value. We additionally have the results of our habitat restoration needs for other Lee County basins, including, again, the Pine Island, Matlacha, and the Caloosahatchee basins in this full report, which is also available on the CHNEP.org website. Finally, we want to say that the City of Bonita Springs participation in the CHNEP is essential for us to understand how to best serve your needs. We have our policy committee of appointed agency officials and elected leaders, our management committee of staff directors and lead staff, our citizens advisory committee of community leaders, and our technical advisory committee of technical staff and scientists, with each of these committees meeting 3 times a year. Currently, we have a representative from the City of Bonita Springs sitting in our policy and management committees, and it is represented on our community CAC, Citizens Advisory Committee, by way of our Lee County community leader. If you know any other community leaders or staff scientists who'd be interested in joining our technical advisory committee, please let us know. Thank you again to the City of Bonita Springs for being a member of the Coastal and Heartland National Estuary Partnership. For more information, you can go to our website, chnep.org, or email us. And please never hesitate to reach out to me personally, Jennifer Hecker, Executive Director of the CHNEP. Thank you.